Hello?
Hello, Jughead. This is Archie. Come over right away. It's a matter of life or death.
Oh, relax, Archie.
Attention, all true believers. Marvel Comics is on the air.
A friend of the unfortunate, enemy of criminals. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman, loved by everyone but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle.
Boys and girls, your attention, please. Presenting a new exciting radio program featuring the thrilling adventures of an amazing and incredible personality.
Faster than an airplane, more powerful than a locomotive, impervious to bullets.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, the internet? It's producer Kyle. How's it going? Welcome into this very special live sale here on the EXP. For those of you who maybe are just tuning in because you heard about it in the last hour or saw a post on social media or saw somebody share it, I appreciate you being here. Let me cue you in as to what's happening. A week ago yesterday, my LCS here in Toledo, Ohio, it's the LCS I've been going to for the last 4.5-ish years, burned, was a part of a fire. And I've been friends with Ed and the previous owner, Steve, for the better part of 30 years. And we've always gotten really along. They helped me when I had my store. We did joint events. We did all kinds of stuff. One year we raised over $5,000 for the local children's hospital between our two stores. So we've been good friends and collaborators for a long time. When I found out about the fire, it was me trying to figure out how to help them. And while I'm not personally capable of going over and swinging a hammer, knocking down drywall right now, one thing I can do is raise money. So that's what we're going to do here tonight. Like I said, Monarch Comics has been my LCS for a long time, and have been my friends for even longer. So we're going to help them to raise some dough. We've got some guests tonight who are joining us. Local creators, local writers, local people from the community. We have some donations from our local community, all kinds of stuff. Plus, I have in this box and over here a little bit, the books that Monarch was able to save out of their showcases. So I have what is left of that very impressive collection here to offer to you tonight. So the way we're going to do this is simple. I am going to ask a lot. And what I mean by that is I'm going to ask what Monarch was asking for these books. And I'm going to ask you to make me an offer. Ideally, that offer will be more than what Monarch was asking, because that's how fundraising works. We're going to have some best offer items where it's give me your best offer. And I know here on the experience, a lot of the times people are like super friendly and they don't want to jump on anybody else's book if they're asking, if somebody else is into it. No, this is silent auction rules. Make that guy who wants it pay an extra $1, man. It's cool. It all goes to a good cause. We will talk more about how you're going to pay and all of that kind of stuff in a minute. And we will get right to it. But I want to start by kind of showing you a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to bring in the co-hosts with the most hosts for the rest of the show. I've got Jay, who didn't turn his camera on even though I told him to, and the Rodrageous Rod Lee, keeping it sucker free. Rod's like, I don't know where to point. Things are mirrored.
Yeah, things are all mirrored right now, but we're getting into it. That's how we're going to get started.
For those of you who don't know, Rod is a local professional wrestler who is a nerd and has been a member of our comic community in the greater Toledo area for a long time. So he's going to be here to help us out. Jay is one of the other producers here on the experience. Sitting in the wings right now, we have two writers from the greater Toledo area, both of which you've seen here on the air multiple times. And Jay will share the GoFundMe. But here's the deal, guys. When I go, I'm going to show you the books. They're going to look kind of like that. See them over there? Ooh, books. When we, if you claim a book, you're just going to pay directly to the GoFundMe. You're going to just make a donation to the GoFundMe. You're going to send me a screenshot of the completed transaction, and I'm going to send you an invoice for the shipping. That's it. There will be no admin costs for this. There will be no overhead, no markup. The only overhead we have is what it cost me to go buy Post-it notes today, which is $3, and I'm just going to eat that. So we're going to get into it real fast. Jim, give me just a second. I'll bring you on. But I want to show some books to some people first. Give some people a chance to kind of get the wallets open and get the blood flowing. So I'm going to transition a couple of different ways. Press the...
book that I know I really want, but that's... Ooh.
All right, here we go. So these are not the books we're going to start with. These are just some of the highlights, right? We've got a Joker and Harley Quinn Batman Adventures, which literally I wrote status quo. Joker is crazy. Harley Quinn loves him. They go to jail. Yada, yada, yada. But it's going to come with a copy of Mad Love. So, we'll start there. First appearance of the Justice League of America. Somebody decided that the art needed to be improved on the book, but still first appearance of Justice League of America. Jason Todd gets what he deserves. And a book that y'all are going to have to outbid me on, second appearance of Usagi Yojimbo. But we're going to start with some other stuff, especially some stuff that has been donated by some homies of mine. So, we're going to start with a CCA. This is a Jay Fosgitt. This is Wolverine #1, drawn by Jay Fosgitt. Not the Jay that's here in the chat, but Jay Fosgitt, the Marvel Comics artist, Disney artist. This is going to start at $50. I'll put a Post-it note on there in just a second. This is... Oh, God, I'm going to forget who drew this now. Doesn't matter. This is a CCA. This is on Guardians 3000. This is an I Am Groot original cover.
That's pretty.
We're going to start that at $50. For $40, second appearance of Hobgoblin.
Ooh.
This is from the Monarch Comics collection. Second appearance of Hobgoblin. This is going to be $40. It's the first time he fights Spider-Man. And
drumroll.
The last 10-cent issue in 5, 8, 7 issues from now, you'll have one of the most important first appearances in all of comics. This is Amazing Fantasy 8.
Ooh.
If you know what happens in Amazing Fantasy 15, you'll understand why Amazing Fantasy 8 is important. So that's going to be $100. I'm going to put post notes on there. But before I do that, I am going to bring in a person that I consider an expert on Monarch Comics. I consider him an expert on a lot of things, including the Ghostbusters and Batman and so much other stuff. He's also a really, really informative guy on pulp comic stories. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in comic writer and overall good egg, good friend of the experience, good friend of mine, Jim Beard.
Hey.
Hello, Jim.
Yeah, I hate introductions like that because then I always have to live up to all that shit.
The applause isn't helping, is it?
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Jim, you've had a relationship with Steve and Ed longer than about anybody I know.
Yeah, but we can't talk about that. My relationship with them. So this summer was 40 years that I've been going to Monarch Comics every week.
Right. So you've been around since, the first store on Airport, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. The little hole in the wall on Airport. Yep.
So we have Derek. I know Derek's a Toledo guy. We have D&T Collectibles, who says, who's talking about how Monarch is in their hometown. It's in all of our hometowns except for Jay, who's in the comments pressing the buttons. Tell us about Monarch. Tell us what you like about Monarch. Tell us what makes it your shop for 40 years.
Yeah, Monarch kind of, saved me. I used to go to what I believe was Toledo's first comic shop, literally called the Comic Shop. Are you old enough to remember Old Town at Southwick Mall?
I vaguely remember Southwick Mall.
Okay.
Like
I vaguely remember Old Town.
Southwick Mall had this really cool thing at one end of it where you went down this long winding corridor. It was almost like going back in time, and there was this little weird thing where it was like little streets almost, and all these different shops. And one day my dad and I stumbled upon a comic book shop in there, and at that point I didn't know what the hell a comic shop was. I love comics, and we started going there regularly. And then the owner, Nick Mashinsky, moved over to where same kind of plaza that JC's used to be in.
We were talking about Nick today when I was with Ed.
Really? Okay. So one day Nick tells my dad, "Oh yeah, I'm closing the shop down and I'm moving to California." And I like panicked. This was summer of 1984. And I didn't know what to do. I literally took the phone book. Remember what phone books were? Remember those?
Yeah.
They're the things that short people used to have to stand on to be in pictures.
Right. I'm actually sitting on 2 of them right now. But I opened up the phone book and Monarch was the first comic book shop listed there. I mean, literally, it was the very first one. Maybe there was another one, I don't know, but that's all that I saw. And I said to my good friend Cliff, I said, "All right, let's just go over there, see what it's like." And it was this little hole in the wall on Airport Highway, and I've never looked back since. They had everything that I wanted there. They had comic books, but they had Starlog magazine. Even more importantly, they had Starlog magazine, which I bought monthly. And the cool thing about it, and that's what exists still today, is that it was just Steve at that point. This was before Ed came in, but like it was a good, comfortable atmosphere. They had everything that I wanted. We started to get the little catalog thing, and I could, look at stuff and say, "Oh, I want to make sure that you get this and I get that and all of that." But Steve was also knowledgeable. He actually also had a little part in the front that had paperback books. Like old paperbacks, which was my jam too. And again, it was just a nice little comfortable experience. And then eventually he moved over to Key and Heather Downs. And what's funny is at some point Ed came in, and I hate to say this, but I don't remember when exactly Ed came in.
Neither does Ed.
Huh?
Neither does Ed.
It's like he's always been there.
Well, he's younger than me. He should. But what I love about Monarchs today is, again, Ed. Ed is like the perfect shop owner, the perfect shopkeeper. He's personable, funny, just hell of a knowledgeable person. And I really, really love that. He'll order stuff for you. It's all of that and more. It's a really great, nice feeling being in his shop. I've been to other shops before, and they all have their own flavors, but whatever it is that Ed is doing there, I don't know if it's like subliminal, in the lighting or something like that, but it really makes you want to go back. And not to wax too poetic, but it's kind of like a home away from home. I always know, I'll be welcome there. It's like the Cheers of Toledo.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring on another Toledo writer, and I want you and he maybe to kind of talk about the scene here in town.
Okay.
And the thing I want to ask you though, Jim, before we go, is you were out helping with the cleanup.
Yeah, I
doing-
wish I could have done more, but I did do one day over there just because of my work schedule. But yeah, I did get to help out one day.
So I want to bring him on in a second, but before I do that, I want to ask you about the cleanup. But before I do that, even so, we're like down to 3 things on my list of things to remember to do in the next 30 seconds. Guys, if you're into any of the books you see, give me a claim or make me an offer, at least the amount that's here for the original art, for the Hobgoblin, for the Amazing Fantasy. All the money goes to Monarch Comics. Neil, not everything was lost, but a significant portion was. And I have with me, and everything you see on screen right now, except for the original art, is books that were saved because of the glass display cases at Monarch. This is their product. Some of this is their product on offer. So I'm going to ask, so I'm going to give this another 2 minutes here on this stuff. And then we're going to pick up the pace and get moving, showing more books. So Jim, tell us what the cleanup was like. Tell us what you found when you got there. And then I'm going to introduce our other local writer friend to talk. And you guys can talk kind of about the scene.
It was like walking into, one of the levels of hell. and I'm sorry, it's, it was like night and day, walking into it a week before, and it's the well-lit, clean, organized place that it always was. And then 1 week later, and you walk into it, and it's literally like every surface, everything everywhere is wet. Literally the TP or TFD had to drown it in water. And, no lights, no heat. And it was a very sobering experience is the way. I mean, I was happy to be there and happy to do at least a little something, but boy, to fight back the, sort of the depression, that was there, because this, like I said, it's sort of a home away from home, and to have it in the state that it was just really, really something. I had talked to Ed the day before, but we were outside the place, and I was able to come back later, and Brian was there at that time. But so what we were doing is that we had to go through all of the back issue boxes, and literally one book at a time, one issue at a time, and every single book had to be checked to see if water had gotten into. I mean, this, like I said, that, because of all these hot spots that they were fighting, from what I understand, during those several hours of that night, they literally had to just drown everything in a lot of water. I mean, there were ceiling tiles, most of them missing up above. And you know how a comic shop is. It has long boxes on top of tables. It has long boxes underneath the table. Brian had told me that there was like 1 inch to 2 inches of water standing on the floor when they first were able to go in there. So, these boxes were ruined. We're taking books out, and I was looking through a lot more modern stuff, but the guy next to me was going through some older stuff. And I made the mistake of looking over at him at one point and like seeing a Silver Age Lois Lane have to go right into the trash. And that just about broke my heart right there, because water had gotten into it and just ruined, the book. So again, it was not a good scene, but it was, work that had to be done.
Yeah, I mean, but on a silver lining side, not to take away from anything that you just said, because that sounds genuinely heartbreaking, but just from what Kyle was showing earlier, those books that came from the shop, the ones that were in the glass cases, they look good at least.
Yeah. That was that. It was so funny because I had said something to Brian like, what about the case? And he was saying, no, case is good. And then he paused and he stopped and he goes, the AF, it's what? I'm sorry, 15, 16. My God, I have to hand in 15. My cred. 15. He goes, I think he said like the AF-15 is good. Or something like, it was like
I've
this
seen
little
it.
code word,
I've seen it. It was good. It was in the safe. It was safe.
good. That amazing
Right
canopy
there.
right there, it looks like an amazing condition. That looks really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very good condition. So Jamil, I would do like 95, but I don't want to come too far off of their asking price because again, we are doing this as a fundraiser for them. And by the way, guys, if you make a claim, you're going to pay through the GoFundMe. So you're going to get that receipt that you can write off.
Yeah.
Yep. So make sure you donate to the GoFundMe, take a screenshot, send it to Kyle, then you get your book.
Yep.
Hey, look at it this way. You may be paying maybe a little bit more for what a book maybe, goes for, but you're not just getting the book. You're actually helping out some really wonderful people and a really wonderful shop. So you are getting, if you're paying a little bit more, that little bit more is going to a really, really good cause. So, if you want to try to look at it that way.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Jamil, if you take it for the 100, I will throw in the Aftershock Ambassador exclusive Maniac of New York, Bronx's Burning #1.
Wow.
Out of my personal collection. It's a $10 book. So you got it, Jamil. I appreciate you helping us out on that one.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
So, all right, I'm going to bring on another local writer. Jim, you know him real well. You can guess who it is. The fact that he's showing his face just shows how much the Toledo comic scene means to him and to us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Dirk Manning.
Hello. And Jim, I'm going to come to your aid right away. I remember as a small child who grew up in Toledo, Old Town. And Old Town was the bomb.
It was.
And I was trying to find it. I've been cleaning my office. I used to have like a couple Old Town tokens.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Remember the magic?
It was like a fun thing to collect, like from Red Baron or Old Town or Major Magic, all these places that were in town back in the day.
Yeah.
And I had Old Town, like 1 or 2 Old Town tokens.
I love that place. It was really fun. They had a magic shop in there. Trying to think of what the name of it was, but it was the first place that I ever saw the Don Post Star Wars masks.
That magic shop still technically exists. It's out off of Lewis now in a guy's garage.
Really?
Okay. I wonder if
it disappeared. You need like the code word to get over it.
No, I know because the guy who owned the magic shop in Old Town was my high school math teacher.
What was his name?
Oh God, Mr. Please don't fail me.
The Magnificent something.
Right. I remember him as Mr. Please don't fail me. I want to be football.
Not you.
That's awesome. But honestly, I wish I had gotten to experience things like Old Town and Southwick because every time I hear about it, it sounds really cool. And I'm like, oh man, that sounds dope. And we don't have anything like that anymore.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like I would have to Google it to even see if like there's photos. Like Jim explained it well. It was at the mall, but then it was like this side section, and you went through like this wooden hallway, and everything in there was just like old timey. Like they had like the old timey like Western photo booth thing. You could go in and get like your photos done, look like you were in like the 1860s. There was an arcade in there. Magic. It was just, it was like a nickel arcade in a way, like what you, I guess, like the closest analogy. Not like an arcade like video games where they had that, but it was just like an old timey like arcade, like you'd see in a top.
It had a live chicken that you could play tic-tac-toe with.
Really?
Yeah, right.
Hey, that was before my time.
So one of my all-time favorite memories, it wasn't in Old Town. And then we'll get back to comic shops, but it was at the Southwick Mall. They had a guy that I guess the most modern example would be, he looked like Mario from Super Mario Brothers, right? He had the handlebar mustache, stuff like that.
The movie or the
best. What's that?
The movie, like the 90s movie or the game?
No, like the video game, like old school. And he had a fez, and he was an organ grinder, and he had a little monkey with a little vest.
Wait, that's real? People actually did that?
Yeah, I do. It gets better. Oh, hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, everyone saying hi, hi. And if you put, and he had the organ grind like do, whatever. And if you put, and he was grinding it, and then he had a monkey holding a little tin cup. And if you went up to the monkey and put, like, the monkey was like out there shilling for nickels or whatever. And if you put a coin in the monkey's cup, it would go ee, and like tip its cap to you. Then it would run up and put the coin in the organ grinder box, and the guy would tip his fez as well. And that was right by where you went into Old Town. So when Jim talks about like the chicken that you play tic-tac-toe and the organ grinder guy, it was a thing. But that's back when my grandparents would go to Lion store and they had a lion outside the store in a cage.
I thought that was just something from cartoons.
No. The Lion store had a lion in a cage when my grandparents were there.
I'm still tripping on the monkey and the organ grinder. Like, I remember seeing that in cartoons and thinking that's silly. If I saw that in real life, I probably would have lost my mind.
It was one of the cool. That was the Old Town, man. It was just the most bizarre, weird.
And it was like the perfect place to find a comic shop. It was literally that comic shop was right in the middle of it.
Yes.
And I remember the day that we just came around, I think it was the first time we were in it. We were just walking around exploring it.
Because it was right by the movie theaters at the Southwick Mall.
Right.
Yeah.
Real quick,
the
guys.
movies were there, and then they had like the secret entrance in the Old Town.
Down on the end.
Old OLDE Town.
Yes.
Down in the end, Spider-Verse Part 2. That's Amazing Spider-Man number 10, first appearance of Spider-Punk.
Ooh.
That's the A cover. Next to that is Amazing Spider-Man 14. That is the 1 in 25 Gabriel Dell'Otto cover. Then next you have for 70, that one's 35. Then for 75, you have Amazing Spider-Man 12, 1 in 25 Gabriel Dell'Otto cover. And then finally, the 1 in 25 Amazing Spider-Man 10, first appearance of Spider-Punk.
Those are all hot.
Yep. Guys, what I would do, Mr. No, Jamil, anybody who buys anything, wait till the end. I can send you your total after the show. Make your donation, and that way you're not making a ton of donations throughout the show, unless that's easier for you.
Look, make the donations however you feel like it. Honestly, if you want to run that GoFundMe up, make it look like a bunch of people are donating, make other people want to get involved, do that too.
Right, that won't hurt either. But whatever's easiest for you, I'm good with.
Yeah, as long as they get the money, we're not going to scoff at it.
Right, just send me a screenshot, or you can email it to me, Kyle@explive.com, or you can send it to me through the EXP website, or whatever we need to do. We'll get it done.
Kyle, may I just say those Post-it notes are amazing.
They're very pink.
They're very.
I think you should auction those off at the end of this. And
you should see the floor of my office. It looks like a Post-it factory exploded on the floor of my office from doing these live sales.
I love that.
Because when you buy the cheap Post-it notes, they don't stick very well.
Yeah.
But if you buy the expensive Post-it notes, they stick too well.
They're too sticky. Right.
Right.
What I like about them,
the book.
What I like about them is that they're almost like caricatures of Post-it notes in a way. It's very artistic.
No, Jamil, I got it. If you've ever bought anything from us before, I have your email. I don't need a new one, or I have your address. I don't need it again. But if you've not bought from us before, please fill out the form that Jay will share with you, and we will get you in. We will get you your stuff out that way.
Yeah, got to know where the books are going before we mail them out, right?
Yep. I have not yet found Post-it notes that are just right. I have found Post-it notes that work for now. So, okay, Dirk and Jim, you guys have both been in and around the comic book scene in this town for longer than I have.
You can say we're old.
I'm not saying that, because I've been in this comic book scene in Toledo since I was 4. So that's like 32 years. Mm-hmm. I've been going to comic shops and reading comics and stuff in this area. So, right. Longer than me, but I don't want to say, a lot longer or anything necessarily. So can you guys talk about how the scene has changed in Toledo over the years, and particularly about Monarch? I want to point out something that Dirk said to me, is that Toledo has always had 3, and then a 4th one would come and go.
Yep.
So
that's true. That's very true.
About how the community is built on that.
It's wild, man, because Toledo, anyone, having grown up in Toledo, you go to Toledo and there's always 4 comic shops, and it's like witchcraft, or so. It's just the damnedest thing, because you have Monarch, you have JC, you've got the game room, and then you always would have like a 4th floater store, right?
Rotating, yeah.
Right, yeah, you're rotating cast on top. It's like that 4th one that would, maybe it's there a year, maybe it's there 10, whatever. Freedom Comics right now, who I know is doing a lot to help out Monarch, is the 4th store, and that's not like a pejorative, but they're the new kid on the block. But what's fascinating to me, and Jim, I don't know if you can speak to this as well or not, when you look at the 3 pillars of the stores that have been in the Toledo, Ohio for the longest, each one has such a different vibe.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Totally. I mean, totally different. And Monarch was, to me, like the most balanced. Is that a fair thing to say, Jim?
Absolutely. It's almost, yeah.
You could go in there and get independent stuff. You could go in there and get mainstream stuff. They didn't have, but they were also incredibly comic centric, right? You go in there and it's like, if you were, I have friends from Detroit and stuff like that. They're looking for certain books. I'm like, get down to Monarch. Monarch. If it sells Edward Abbott in stock, or Steve before that, and I'm going to put something out there too about Ed specifically. I know for a fact that Ed is the type of comic book store owner who would order free comic book day books and donate them to teachers at schools for kids who maybe had economic disadvantages. So when you guys are looking at buying, books and helping Monarch rebuild from the fire, which wasn't even in their store, the fire's in another store, and they just got caught up in it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like tragedy upon tragedy here. But you are buying books to give money to a store owner who would buy extra comics and give them to teachers of kids at schools where the kids were disadvantaged, and that comic was like the coolest thing they'd ever seen. I know that firsthand. I saw it.
And that's something that, we talked about that a few years ago. Ed and Steve and I raised a bunch of money for the Children's Hospital. That was their idea.
Yep.
It was Secret Empire, where Captain America said "Hail Hydra" or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, they were S.H.I.E.L.D. or they were Hydra and we were S.H.I.E.L.D. And we sold little placards to go on the wall, like you see at the grocery store for Children's Miracle Network, just for $1. And people would give $1 and we'd put their name on the wall. And Ed and Steve did it and we did it. And we gave a big check to the Children's Hospital. And, we were able to kind of help that way. And that was all their idea. And so it worked out really well. Real fast, last call on the Amazing Spider-Man's 125s, first Spider-Punk, that kind of stuff for these prices. I do want to get the speed up a little bit here, so I'm gonna just keep moving on these. Do you guys in the chat tell me? Do you want to see some big books, or some new books, or some themed books, or what do you want to do?
Kyle, if I happen to have some rare books out of my vault that I was willing to donate, would that be an option?
Yeah, we could also show the Dirk Manning books. If he wants to do that, but I'm gonna pull these down real fast and show you guys what I think are. I'm gonna throw up 4 books, and then we'll show the Dirk books, and while I get these books ready to go. So we're gonna start with
drum roll.
Please pick up that one sticky note. My obsessive compulsiveness is.
I'm gonna, but I'm gonna need that in just a second.
Okay.
Amazing Fantasy 10.
Oh. Oh.
You're coming in hot with Spider-Man stuff.
$100.
Does it look like a Kirby cover?
Amazing Fantasy 13.
Huh.
$75.
Oh.
The limited
Hold
edition.
on. There's one I'm digging for.
Temple, sum it up.
Here's
What?
Okay.
Special occasion. I'm busting out the limited edition Shirley Temple.
Wow. Mind blown.
Superman's Pal, the new Jimmy Olsen, number 134. Does anybody know significance of
Kirby.
Jimmy
That's a
Olsen
Kirby.
134? It is
Oh.
a Kirby, but
Oh.
it's the first appearance of somebody very, very interesting.
Oh, that's not Darkseid, is it?
It is. It is the first appearance of
I was gonna
Darkseid.
say, I didn't want to put you on the spot, Jim, but I knew you knew.
I was going to say super wrong. Super wrong.
Is that where he's just like on a little monitor or something? Like it's-
I'm not 100% sure. I'm scared to open the book.
Okay.
Valid.
It's a gorgeous Neil Adams cover on that.
Yeah, and Jim, my favorite thing is that you were so coy. Like, does that maybe the first appearance of Darkseid? Like, give us a break. We know you
That's
know,
the
Jim.
market.
Come on.
For somebody who's like, I know so much. It could be this one, or it could be this one, or it could
Right.
The
All right.
the Kirby run of Jimmy Olsen is like the greatest comics ever. And the two issues with Goody Rickles are like some of my most favorite comics of all time. I love it.
And
Jimmy
then-
turns into a snake. Jimmy turns into a cloud. Jimmy turns evil.
Let's
be. This was
do,
a very interesting time.
let's do a book that is not like this at all, but is so like this, I can't stand it.
Okay.
Oh.
Action Comics number 1.
Okay.
Except that it's not. It is the Loot Crate reprint
Right.
of Action Comics number 1. It is $20.
Superman,
Yep.
not Action.
Or Superman number 1, you're right.
This is
I heard
like
they're making a
Sesame
movie about him or something.
It's
Honestly,
like
that
Sesame
was
Street.
different,
Like one of
Christopher.
these things is not like the other one.
Right. But it's so much like the other one in that it's
I would say that makes a good Christmas present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that Loot
On
Crate
that guy.
exclusive, that's cool. Obviously, you can only get that through Loot Crate. So the fact that there's a
Yes.
loose one out is pretty wild.
Getting exclusives outside of the exclusive way to get them is always nice.
I'm real excited to show people this in a minute.
So excited you have to show it now.
That's Kyle. That's very clever. I like that. That little like what? What was that? Wait, what? Huh?
So Randy and Jay, I'll have you know that literally in my note, I literally just wrote reprint Loot Crate. I didn't actually write what it was a reprint of. And I have a reprint Action number 1 in the box over here.
There we go.
So, okay, Dirk brought some rares that he's going to donate. So I am going to do a little bit of a transitionally thingy here. How do I do like this? Go like that. So go ahead and show us what you brought.
I didn't know I was so big on the screen. All right. Hello.
You're big.
I feel like Jimmy Olsen all of a sudden, right? Like just like, like grew 6 eyes is too big. Yeah, like I said a minute ago, I know for a fact that Ed has gone out of his way to do a lot of things to donate to his local community and things like that. So I decided to reach into my vault for a couple of rare goodies. And same deal, I'm also going to put the GoFundMe on my Facebook as well, or it's on YouTube. This, if there's any wrestling fans in the house, perhaps.
Hi, what's up? What I do?
This is
wrestling
the
fans on our
limited
channel.
edition hardcover of Butts and Seats, the Tony Schiavone story.
Ooh.
Jim, I'm sure you know what cover this homage is.
Oh yeah, look at that. Huh.
Right. This is with the gold championship belt on the actual the cover itself.
Ooh, that's nice.
This was a Kickstarter exclusive book. It's got a ribbon bookmarking inset in here. It's also the only way to get the pinup by Sean Daly, who recently did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover book with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is my personal vault. You can also see like the silver, the red, white, and blue silver embossment on the cover. I pulled this out of my personal collection with SourcePoint Press when we're talking to some of our different clients and things like that about deluxe versions of books we can do. I bust this out. But I wanted to donate this, if there's any wrestling fans, to give the money directly to Monarch Comics for pretty much the price it was on Kickstarter. You cannot find these anywhere anymore for this price. If anyone would like the limited edition hardcover, #1 Amazon best-selling, Butts and Seats, Tony Schiavone story, and I can sign it if you'd like or not. $50 donation to the shop. I will sign it if you want. If you don't want to sign, that's fine too. And it will be yours.
That's really dope. Honestly, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think I did that because I just like to know more about Tony Schiavone's story.
Oh, yeah, and this is actually his whole life in professional wrestling.
Oh, so it covers WWE and AEW?
Yeah, this actually goes from him.
WWE and AEW.
Oh, no, everything. This goes from, as a teenager, him taking his family to their first ever pro wrestling event, all the way up to his time through Jim Crockett, WCW, his stint in TNA for a day, or WWE before that, leaving the industry for 20 years, and then Cody Rhodes calling him back to help for the formation of AEW.
That's a lot. That's really cool. And what's really cool is I'm realizing you can do an autobiography as a graphic novel. I didn't realize that was an option.
And that's what we did. We actually did this whole book through the shutdown in 2020. We put this whole book together, 24 different artists in the book. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it. Very cool book. This is directly from my vault. You cannot get the limited edition hardcover anymore with the gold championship edition belt and stuff like that. $50 donation to Monarchs.
That's
you get this directly out of my vault.
Yeah, that's definitely a really good find. I would pick that up if I would anybody else. That definitely giving the chat first come, first serve on that one. But I'm definitely might pick that up and try to get it signed by Tony Schiavone myself.
Yeah, and Steve was asking, is Tony a comic reader? Tony is a huge comic geek.
Well, you don't get your autobiography as a graphic novel if you're not.
Yeah. And this cover was an actually homage to one of his favorite covers. So
nice.
We have this available. I'm going to put that aside. What else do I got over here that's kind of cool? Oh,
all right, guys, remember, I'm gonna do the transitional thing here real fast, Dirk.
Yes, sir.
Remember, guys, we have the Superman #1 reprint for $20, First Dark Side for $60, AF 13 for $75, and AF 8. Wait, what did I say? That's AF 10. AF 10 for $100 right now. Also, if you're into those, all that money, of course, goes directly to Monarch Comics to help them dig out after the fire. I was in what will be their new temporary location today. It is going to be weird. I am not okay. I cried the whole way home. Not because of the new location, just because of what they're having to go through. It was a real bummer for me. So, like I said, any help you all can give by buying Dirk's books, by buying any of the books Monarch gave us, by giving to the GoFundMe, super helpful. And then you can go to Jim's stuff on Amazon and some of the other places where Jim's offered, and we're going to ask him about that in a minute. And that will help Jim to go back out and help them with Free Comic Book Day and other things in the future by supporting Jim and doing the things he loves.
Their temporary location used to be a barber shop, if I understand. If it's the part thing that I'm thinking of.
It is. Ed was talking today about how you'll be able to buy a Batman and get a buzz cut for one price.
Yeah. We'll be able to call them the best clip joint in town.
Shining a haircut.
Extra points if you know what TV show that's from.
That's funny.
Oh, chum. You want to see another one, Kyle?
Do one more.
Oh. Let's do this. This is very topical. Oh, gosh.
Rodney, go. What?
All right, I'll go this one. This New York Comic Con exclusive. This is the preview edition of London After Midnight. This is the, ironically, the horror film from the 1920s, lost in the Great Studio Fire in the 1960s. Wrote the official graphic novel adaptation with Ron Chaney from Chaney Entertainment. This is a limited edition ashcan that was at New York Comic Con this year. The only way you could have got this book was New York Comic Con, or if you were one of the first 20 people that jumped in and snagged one on the Kickstarter. Again, this is one of my personal copies of the book that I'm donating, and I'm going to offer it for, if anyone makes a $20 donation, first one to call claim on it and offers a $20 donation, you get this limited edition preview book of London After Midnight, created in conjunction with Chaney Entertainment. The whole graphic novel will be coming out next year. This is a preview edition of the book. New York Comic Con exclusive. Quite frankly, it costs more than $20 to even get into New York Comic Con to begin with. So
You're not wrong.
if you want the London After Midnight ashcan, and Amanda's claiming the Tony Schiavone, right on. So Amanda's getting the hardcover. And
this is the hardcover because I stole hers.
$20 donation to Monarch Comics, and you get this. Oh, and by the way, this is limited to 100 copies as well.
That is a steal right there. Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, limited to 100 copies, and this is one of my copies.
Yeah.
So I'm donating this to Ed from Monarch because he does so much for the community and things like that. Support our friends in retail. This is a super, super cool book, and as a horror collectible as well. Like I said, this is one of those things that you're not going to see later.
I'm telling you right now. Amazing.
Ron Chaney is such a fantastic spokesperson for his grandfather and his great grandfather. It's really really amazing, and it's always cool to hear things from him. He's so into the whole world of classic horror. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Hey, Dirk, can you do two of those? You have two claims for it. Do you have two of them you can spare?
I'll do it for this.
If you can do two, if you can do one for Angry Goat at 20, we'll do 50 for the one from Amanda, and I'll spot her the $30.
Done.
Cool.
As long as it's going to Monarch Comics, of course. Absolutely.
Done.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So Angry Goat, absolutely. Amanda, we got you as well. I will make that happen. I'm happy to do that. In fact, here's what I'll do. See this one I've been keeping on my desk? This is the one you're getting. Right off my desk. That's my other one right off my desk. So I'll have one. I'll have something for myself. You have that. I'm happy to help on our comics. So good call, Angry Goat. And Amanda, thank you as well. You are wonderful.
Because what's really going to happen is Amanda's going to get it, and then I'm going to steal it from her, and then it's all going to be good. So, like as things go.
Now you said that out loud. I don't know if you meant to said that out loud.
Well,
right on, Angry Goat. Thank you.
Angry Goat, we got more stuff. So save your dough, and we'll make this work one way or the other. All the money, it'll all be the same money at the end.
Oh, right on, Angry Goat's throwing in for $50.
Nice.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, Angry Goat.
We'll do something special for you.
All right, guys, I'm going to pull these down. These may come back up later on in the show when we have some other folks come in.
That Dark Side didn't go?
The Dark Side did not go yet.
That's good to know.
Someone's plotting over there.
I know. I hear him. My wallet can feel it too. Because that's one of them that if it doesn't sell, I'm just buying. I kind of told Ed today, I go, hey, there's a number of these books that if they don't sell on the show tonight, I'm just going to buy. So, all right, here we go. These are all $30. Every one of these books is $30. Futurama Comics number 8. This is the CGC parody cover. That is also a parody of GSX number 1 from Bongo. Batman, or is it Batman? I learned about the place called Batman.
Oh, someone's taking the Action Comics.
Ooh.
Dante, I got you. Hold on. So that's
Devontae, of course you're taking that.
Sorry.
Not even close to surprise.
Superman.
Surrender. Number 10.
Huh.
There's lots of death, and it's the redo of the origin of the Hulk. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 13. This is another 1 in 25 from the Spider-Verse series.
What a cover.
And we'll go with first Jackie McGee, Bruce Banner Returns, Immortal Hulk #1 with that beautiful Alex Ross cover.
Oh.
They're all $30. Every book on the screen right now is $30.
I really like that Futurama one, honestly.
That is dope. Batman wants to know how much was Jimmy Olsen.
I got you. Give me 1 second there, Batman. Anyway, I learned about this place called Batman, which is a place in Turkey spelled Batman.
Yes.
That is the capital of the Batman County, the county called Batman, in the Batman region, which rests on the Batman River.
How much money does Bruce Wayne have? How much money does Bruce Wayne have?
I have no idea, but what I want to know is if I go there, will they sell me bat shark repellent?
I'm assuming that's where they make it.
Right. What is their big industry there? Turns out it's
No.
bat oil.
It's shark repellent bat spray. Come on.
Hey,
They probably make a variety of bat themed devices or bat.
Jim, I saw your eye twitching. Like
I know, right? Yeah. It's one of those things that that gets me. Yeah, fires at comic book shops, whatever. But man, you pull out that bat shark shit, and my head explodes.
Oh, Mel's like, good get on Immortal Hulk because that's
$60.
Yeah.
Immortal Hulk.
Batman $60 on the Jimmy Olsen.
$60 for the first appearance of Darkseid. That's a steal.
And I will throw in on that one, if you're into it, if you take it, I will throw in Aftershock Ambassador exclusive Bunny Mask #1 by Francisco Francavilla cover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a real nice cover.
That's like a $15 book over there on the Electronic Bay. Melzak gets Immortal Hulk. We're going to replace that with another Hulk in just a second. Melzak, I can't remember if you spell it with a Y or an IE, so I'm spelling it with a Y, and he'll know what that means.
Also, appreciate everyone buying books tonight. We really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're going to a good cause.
All right. We're going to replace
You're
that.
making a charitable donation and getting a comic book in exchange.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite things to do is buy things that I already want to buy that go to a good cause.
Oh,
Hulk #1, Jeff Loeb, art by Ed McGuinness.
That
First
is
Hulk.
That's gonna skyrocket.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Already.
It's also a death of one of my favorite baddies in the whole Marvel universe, Abomination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is first appearance of Red Hulk, death of A-Bomb.
First appearance of Red Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that
and,
that new Captain America movie comes out in February.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. That's gonna blow up.
Well, and I've got another book that is super pointy about that. So
how much is your Red Hulk going for?
If you wanted to invest
5 biggins.
We said how much? 75?
75 biggins on that
Yeah,
one.
that's still a good investment.
Get it now before it doubles.
Where is my movie spec book here? I've got one where my note is literally movie spec. No, that one's Moon Knight.
He got a TV show.
I've got several of the Moon Knights, but I'm looking for one book in particular.
Are they making a Moon Knight?
Appearance of Sentry? First appearance of Sentry?
No, if believe me, if he had one of those, I would have just cut him a check this morning.
Okay, because
that is one of the books that is missing from my collection that I desperately need.
That book's about to go boom too.
Yep, that's why I'm trying to get it now.
What movie is going to be in?
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
I don't watch trailers or anything, so I've just kind of I've been spent so much time in a movie theater watching Marvel movies. I'm just like, let me know the date, I'll be there.
Right.
Dude, Superman trailer tomorrow.
I'm not watching it.
Nope,
Just let me
neither
know
am
the date,
I.
I'll be there.
But
you better just log off the internet for like 2 weeks, bro. That thing's
I'm
gonna
not
be
watching it, but I am
everywhere.
doing a video reacting to the trailer or reacting to the poster.
All I know is I'm probably going to get text messages from someone who just bought a comic actually telling me, hey, this trailer is my everything. We're watching it on this day. I'm going to be like, yep, I'm there.
Kyle, I want to see you do a video recreating the Superman trailer with you, in cosplay.
That's Jay. That's on Jay.
Okay.
282. This is a book right now that's popping off movie spec wise. Right now it's $30.
Who's in 282?
It is popping off because hold on, I'm pulling up my notes. Give me a second. Yeah, you're drum rolling way too long here, Rodney.
All these geeks in here were like, what's
the test of endurance?
Here it is.
Are you gonna go?
Rodney's skipping arm day right now.
Help me.
Never mind. I don't care anymore.
Oh, the leader attacks. After the leader lets Hulk and his companions return to Earth, the leader attacks Avengers Mansion.
That's not the first leader, is it?
Huh?
That's not the first leader.
No, but it's getting some crossover.
But it's got some leader love, right?
It's getting some heat because they think it might be parts of it in the film.
Gotcha.
In the Captain America film?
Yeah.
I love that they're bringing that actor back and doing that. Like they're just tying up one of the longest running loose ends in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the leader. I think that's fantastic. That will be a cool book to get. That'll be a real cool.
Since we've got Hulk on the board already, we'll add another Hulk. We'll take down Futurama for now. If somebody wants it, let me know. But we'll add Defenders #1.
Ooh.
Oh.
What?
Nice.
What?
Defenders #1. It is also the first team of Hulk and She-Hulk. This is the first Necrodamus, Hulk, Dr. Strange, Dr. Strange, Submariner, and Submariner all rejoin it's their first appearance as Defenders. They rejoin as a team and become the Defenders to defeat Necrodamus. $50.
Nice.
Really good pickup too.
That Defenders book is so much fun.
Me for not buying more of these books right now.
A lot of these books are just really cool. Just
how about some cake? Who wants cake?
Cake?
Cake.
Ends on what?
I want Shirley Temple 7-Up is what I want.
X-Men #1, J. Scott Campbell with
I was gonna say cheesecake right here it comes.
There we go.
Oh, that kind of cake.
Yeah.
X-Men #1, Virgin J. Scott Campbell. The Defenders is it could use a press, but it's better than mid, but it's not super crispy. There is what looks like a printer's crease on the cover, and maybe the remnants of a subscription fold.
Oh, right.
Asshole. Look at that.
Woo!
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you, Castle. I have to figure out how to send that money over to the Monarch guys. I appreciate you.
Here, Jim, open up.
Melzak gets the #1. Is there anything
get it
truly
at, by the way?
J. Scott cover? So you can kind of see it right there, like the remnants of a subscription fold, and right there, like the printer fold, the printer crease. But like as you come down the spine, you can see that there's a little bit of non-color breaking warp that you could very easily press out.
That's still nice.
Sometimes you just need to put it between some other books and you're good.
Yeah.
By the way, we were just talking about how great these post-its were. Melzak's post-it already fell off.
Oof.
I had to get a hookup on this, Jim, because it's a limited edition. It's been selling out everywhere.
Okay.
So someone saw some at a store and
all right, guys, welcome in. If you're coming over from Comic Book Shopping Network, I see Miss Jen is back. Miss Jen is here. Joining us. So I am going to make a small little adjustment on the screen here.
And folks, remember, even if you're paying a little bit more for a book, you're not just getting the book. You're helping for a very good cause. So kind of look at it that way.
Yeah, you're helping rebuild a comic shop that gives forth to his local community.
Yeah. Honestly,
so huge props to you, Castle. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Honestly, that comic shop's helped get a lot of people into comics. Like, I remember walking up there from my house a few times just to pick up stuff. Comic stuff. The store is just so great. So, just try to help out, guys. It's really great that you can do that.
One of the things that I've realized over the years is that there have been times where I've almost taken Monarchs for granted, and then I'll be talking with somebody maybe online somewhere about the comic shops in some other areas, and people go, "Oh my God, my comic shop won't do this, and my comic shop won't do that. My comic shop won't order anything out of the previews catalog, nothing." And I'm like, my comic shop does that. So I realize how blessed I've been all these years to have a place like that when other people don't have a really great shop like that.
All right, we're gonna do these two together. It's Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel 4 and 5. I know that 1 is everybody's go-to, but 4 and 5, so you finish out your run.
Good for you, Round.
Yeah, good claim, Randy. Normally these are 25 a piece.
Jelly.
We'll just do 40 on them today. Mainly because Brian was moaning to me earlier about how hard he was having selling them. So I'm going to do a little discount on them for Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel.
I'll claim Adams.
Miss Jen buying them right off the back.
I came here to spend money.
And some money.
All right. Let me get Round Guy's Defenders put away here.
Jen.
Sir. You know who we should have invited was Brainy.
I said it.
Someone tag
All
Brainy.
Right. How about another Defenders? This is one that I'm going to guess Round Guy doesn't have. That I'm going to guess most of you don't have, because this book in this way was only available in Toledo, Tucson, and one other market.
Oh, the special price.
When Marvel decided to raise their price from 30 cents to 35 cents, they wanted to see how angry people would get, I think. So they picked some markets that were really good sample markets to put books out in and test. This is Defenders 50.
That's the 35-cent variant. Yeah.
This is Moon Knight and Shield appear and the death of Scorpio. But what makes it special is that right there. The 35-cent variant. They are ridiculously hard to come by unless you live here, in which case you get a little jaded about them.
I'm learning so much about the history of comics tonight. This is great.
Yeah,
So we're going to
Toledo
do
was always one of those interesting towns. Taco Bell would test certain types of different foods and stuff.
That's why we had the
day.
Doritos Locos Tacos before anybody.
Yeah. I remember that the day when I found out they were testing those in Toledo. That was a life-changing day.
It really is an amazing thing, because Toledo is almost like a microcosm of the rest of the country. It's a blue collar town. It's a white collar town. I mean, it's a very diverse town. It's really amazing. One of the other things that they tested here was the McPizza.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Or McDonald's was tested here in Toledo first. Yeah. The other Taco Bell thing was the one that it's the shell that had like the cheese.
The
in the
Dorito
middle.
shell. Yeah, you had to
Yeah.
drive down to get the Dorito shell, right? You know, people taking road trips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember mentioning it on Facebook just casually, and they're like, somebody said, "Oh, I don't have that here," and another person said, "I don't have that here," and it turns out that it was only here.
Yeah, they had the nacho cheese, the Cool Ranch. They had the volcano ones. Those were all really good.
Castle's crushing the game. Right on, man.
All right. Claim Red Sonja. By the way, that is Red Sonja number 5, 35-cent variant.
Ooh.
So Castle gets that. You got it, Castle. And I'm just going to steal your post-it note and offer. This is Eternals 15. This is the first Cosmic Hulk.
Ooh.
Also,
35-cent
variant.
Good gravy. Yeah, there's people over the country dying for those, man, because you can't find them.
It's a robot though, right? It's a robot Hulk.
It's listed in the what you call it?
Overstreet.
Yeah, Overstreet, and in Marvel's wiki as Cosmic Hulk.
I don't know what
now,
that means.
I think it's revealed to be Robot Hulk later. Like at this point, you're supposed to think he's just cosmic.
Okay.
He's not like the Cosmic Spider-Man when he got the Cosmic.
At that point, Kirby wasn't like really like saying that the Eternals were in the Marvel universe. I think that's the first time it actually gives you a hint that it's in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that like some of these Kirby books from this era get real confusing because Jack wasn't talking to other people, and at the same time, he was doing some of the best work he ever did. So, and at least in my opinion, right? Like, so it's kind of hard to officially answer that question. Okay, let's do a $25. This is Captain America 354. Gorgeous cover. This is
nice.
In immaculate shape for a black book.
Is that U.S. Agent?
This is first John Walker as U.S. Agent.
Wow.
Thunderbolts. The new movie coming
that,
out.
That will get a bump up from the movie too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about to blow up heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I love that cover too, man. That cover's so good.
That is a really good cover.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, once you fill the board, can I do a doorbuster?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Because I am going to fill
I
the board.
highly recommend you guys pick
That's
it up.
only $25 for the Captain America.
I am going to fill the board. Claim
Bronze
cap.
got
Okay,
it.
you got it.
Go
I am going
Bronze.
to. Okay, I'm going to fill the board
Nerd.
again. Before I do that, I'm going to do a 2-book offer.
Oh.
Bronze was in
Bronze
first.
Age, yeah, claimed captain right off the bat.
Listen,
This is going to be $60. We're going to start with the less important of the 2 books. This is Batman Adventures 3.
Oh no, I see where this is going.
The notes on this are Joker has gone crazy again. Harley and Ivy are just friends.
Again.
And they all go to jail. So literally normal. Like, I literally wrote status quo. I almost wrote status quo for this book on the back. But we're going to pair it.
Oh, we're doing one of our big books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Paul Tobin, or not Paul Tobin, Paul Dini, Bruce Timm, Origin of Harley Quinn. The pair.
So is that like a comic retelling of the episode?
This is the origin. So I think she appeared on the show, then the book came out, then they did the origin on the show. I think is the order that it went in, but I have not watched
great issue too.
Right, I have not watched Batman Adventures TV show in so long. I don't remember.
That has the Rev Up Your Harley panel. You'll see like the meme of it online.
Oh yeah.
Hey Eddie.
All right. So
My
we're gonna
turn?
go bronze.
My turn?
Let me put 1 book up and finish out the rack, Miss Jen.
You just did that! Did it was full!
Kyle, you have no respect for women.
He has all respect. He has to put up with me all the time.
Okay, $35. Literally, my note says Jason Todd gets what he has coming to him.
There's only 35.
And then Mignola cover too.
Right now.
If no one buys that, I am buying that the second the stream ends. I'm letting you know that right now.
All right, Miss Jen.
Has a nosebleed.
Let's make a little change here. Miss Jen's gonna offer up a doorbuster.
Okay.
Oh,
This
gorgeous
deal is shipped. This deal is shipped. You get all of it shipped to you for this price. Only $20 shipped gets you all of this Ross.
Wow, look at
1,
that.
2,
Wow.
3,
Those are gorgeous.
4,
Wow.
5,
Ooh.
6,
Ooh wee.
7,
Oh, nice.
8. No, sorry.
7.
Count it again. I might have gone around the horn twice. It's 7.
Only 7.
So it's 7 for just $20 shipped to you. That's all in.
Eddie,
Now,
you
guys,
got it.
And all the money goes straight to them. So you can pay the bill to Kyle to get to them.
Well,
and I'm just going to send it to you. I just need to know
the way we're doing this is if you will make a donation directly to the GoFundMe for Monarch Comics and send me a screenshot of your completed donation, and then I will send you an invoice for the shipping on your books. That way there's no overhead that comes out of Monarch's cut. There's no overhead that comes out of anybody's cut. All the money just goes to Monarch.
Yep.
Yes, Bronze just shipped his pants. Shout out to Kmart. But Eddie, if you could fill out the form that is hopefully pinned on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever, that way I can have your shipping information so I can send you the book. Let's do a $100 book. Let's do something big.
Yeah. You saw round claim to the Rosses.
We got it.
I got you.
It's $100. Moon Knight #1.
Ooh wee.
$100.
No,
nobody's in on the 2.35 variants that are left. I just realized I never put Miss Jen's thing in her tab, so I need to put a Miss Jen tab together. Well, no, it was with some other stuff of yours that I have, but anyway, we'll make a Miss Jen tab. Okay.
And remember, you're donating money to a store that got basically lost everything in a fire. So now you're getting the great comics at very cool prices. But whenever you look at these comics, you will know I helped a brick and mortar store rebuild and then got this cool comic as a result of doing that.
And some of these comics are ridiculously cool. Like I'm still over here looking at that Batman Jason Todd one over there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right, Brian. Thank you, Brian. That's Brian from Monarch.
Oh, what up, Brian?
Hi,
Moon
Brian.
Knight is signed on the splash page on the inside is signed by Billy the Sink. Signed by Bill Sienkiewicz. If you want me to open it up and show it to you, I can.
Wow.
Buy that.
It's signed by Bill Sienkiewicz.
Mm-hmm.
Buy that right now.
I mean, that's worth the price that you're putting on the cover alone just to get that signature.
And I'll be honest, I did take a picture and send it to Bill and can confirm that is his mark.
Buy that.
Well, it's as abstract as his art.
It really is. I have some other Bill Sienkiewicz. It's like his long form, like this is how I signed my wedding certificate signature. And I don't like it as much. All right.
Huh. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
saying
feel free to claim. Signed by Bill Sienkiewicz.
Yeah, I mean, just paying. Yeah, good call, Goat.
Angry Goat, you got it, buddy.
Yeah, just paying to go to a Comic-Con to get in, to get the chance to get Bill Sienkiewicz to sign that book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smart move, Goat. Smart move.
Next book, written by Frank Miller, art by Klaus Janson, colored by Lynn Varley, Anybody know what it is just from that line?
Batman Returns.
Dark Knight Returns.
First print, Dark Knight Returns, #1. First print. It is gorgeous. The square binding is perfect. There is one little white spot that I'm relatively sure is a printer error. It is not. It is definitely not wear. That is $175.
Yes. That's just a gorgeous book. Like that cover is just so pretty.
One of the most iconic covers of all time.
Sure. You know what's hysterical?
My memories of buying that at Monarch are very clear. And that last issue was so late.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember finally when it came in, Monarch was still over on Airport. And it finally came in. And if I remember correctly, there was like a little line to get that last copy. Oh, that's so fun.
Did I tell you? I probably haven't told you this story, Jim. I know I told Ed and Steve. I was doing some work for one of the local television stations, and I found some film from the 90s of a line outside Monarch Comics to pick up a very important book.
Death of Superman.
Yeah.
I found
that line was amazing.
Huh?
I remember that line very well, to pick up Death of Superman at Monarch.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish I could have lived through that time period. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a fun time. You know that. I mean, as much as that was, I don't know, an artificial event or whatever, it was still so fun because that was some good comics. Really, lots of things that come after it, maybe not so much, but that was actually a good time.
All right, I'm going to offer another 2-pack. These are really hot right now. Super important, super hot right now. Absolute Batman #1 Ash Can.
Those were 1 per stores. They were available at Comics Pro or something. They weren't ones that you just got handed at a store. They didn't have piles of them or anything.
Absolute Batman #2 Ash Can. We're going to do them both. The one is a SDCC exclusive. The #1 is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Ash Can. It says right on the cover.
Awesome.
San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. That's
so factor in how much it would cost just to get into San Diego Comic-Con.
More than I'm willing to spend if I have to fly to San Diego.
And how much are you doing for both those?
$100. The #1 itself right now on eBay, sold listings are north of 75.
I mean, honestly, I could see those in like a month or two just for #1 being $100.
And you're donating the money to a good cause, and you get great books that you had to go to California to get, probably stand in line.
Okay, before Kevin J. Anderson ruined it, Dune was a really great book. Here's the movie adaptation of Dune #1.
Kyle, now you might not be able to be friends anymore now.
Wow.
I have a personal vendetta against Kevin J. Anderson.
Put the sticker on it, man. Put the sticker on it, all right?
I can't really vote one way or another. I did try to watch Dune on a plane and I fell asleep.
Oh, the movies, the show, they've been great. And the new Dune comics are great. But again, Kevin J. Anderson was very mean to me, and he was very mean to Neil Peart, the drummer from Rush. So, meh.
DJ, you end up getting like a 15th printing of #1. Is that a first print, Kyle, of Dark Knight Returns #1?
It is a first print of #1.
Donate money to a good cause as well. You'll get that first print. Finally, this could be your chance.
That cover's been homaged so many times. It's awesome.
So Overstreet, in the Overstreet Access app, you can scan covers. Angry Goat, you got it, man. You could scan covers and they'll tell you what the book is, right? And it'll give you your information. I scanned it. and it couldn't find that actual cover, but it found every homage. But it was like, I don't know, I can't find this actual book. So I'm going to do a thing.
Uh-oh.
Because if nobody claims this book, I'm going to buy it myself. Because I have... So, okay. These are going to be 30, or this is going to be $20 for the pair. Swamp Thing Annual number 2. This is the copy for my collection. As you'll see, that doesn't look quite right. This is a factory miscut copy.
Uh-huh.
I love miscuts.
This is Swamp Thing Annual number 2, cut properly.
So you can just compare them.
The way
the Demon, the Phantom Stranger.
Uh-huh. So
and John Tuttle Bernard.
$20 for the pair.
Right now we have Dark Knight Returns, 2 Swamp Thing, 2 Absolute Batmans, and then a Dune.
Well,
Doom got claimed. Angry Goat claimed Doom.
Yep, I'm just trying to get this book up.
That's what she said.
Hey-o.
Wow.
Jim didn't know what he was getting into.
That's okay.
Jim, tell people.
I'm only missing Skeleton Crew by being here.
Oh, man.
It's streaming.
But
I have to be there right when it's.
Jim, listen, don't worry about
That's
it.
how I
At the end
feel
of the
about
episode,
Creature
here's what
Commandos.
happens, okay?
I did.
This is Marvel Tales Annual number 1 from 1964. This reprint.
Wow.
ASM 15 or AF 15, Hulk 181. I can't remember the first appearance of Ant-Man / Giant Man. The origin of Thor, the origin of Sergeant Fury, and the origin of Iron Man, all in one 72-page book.
That's
something, right?
That's dope.
Only $75.
That's like $1 a page.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, where are my Golden Age guys at? Do I have Golden Age guys here?
Do you have All-Star Comics number 3?
I don't.
Ooh.
But I have some good gold.
Okay.
Guys, if you see me take something away and you want it brought back because you want to claim it, just ask. This is 4 favorites. Number
What a title.
28.
That's a really exciting title. 4 favorites.
Mm-hmm. 4 favorites, number 28. Haphazard appears.
16 extra pages.
Mm-hmm. Haphazard appears, which feels like how I am running the sale right now. Very haphazard.
That's a great character name.
You're doing great.
Haphazard. Like, why couldn't I have thought of that? Haphazard.
He's up there with Justin Incredible.
All right, nobody's in on
Just in case.
There's a pulp character that was Cashin Carey.
I think I have that first appearance. I think I have that next door in my fireproof safe. Like a lot of the weird gold first appearances I have are over there. Okay, this is cover off.
Haphazard. His full name is Happy. Happy Hazard.
This book is cover off. This is All Winners number 1 from 1948.
What?
Human Torch,
Yeah.
Captain America, and Submariner all appear, as well as my nickname when I used to have hair, the Blonde Phantom.
Look, it doesn't count if you give the nickname to yourself, Kyle.
I didn't. It was because I was basically see-through. People thought I was a ghost. So pale people thought I was a ghost.
That's not one of the issues that actually has the all winners squad in it, right?
I again, that's one of them that I'm a little scared to touch.
Yeah, I think they're only in like 2, even though the book was called All Winners, something like that.
Well, and was the all winners squad in the first volume?
You're tasking me.
Because this is the second volume.
Oh,
I made
okay,
that mistake
okay.
earlier.
Okay, yeah, not sure.
Yeah.
We would ask you. That's the thing. Like, hey, yeah.
That feels like a Dan question, ironically.
Hmm.
All right. Where are my Scotty Young heads at?
Everyone.
Well, that one's just going to me. I'm buying that one. There we go. Strange Academy #1.
Ooh.
This is the Breakfast Club homage variant, written by Scotty Young, art by Humberto Ramos. And I do believe, I didn't have a chance to check, I do believe I have original pages from this hanging right there.
That lasted 9 minutes.
There you go. 9 minutes to Melzak.
Soon to become.
He is in the house too, Kenneth. Right on, Kenneth.
Hmm? All right. Who likes Fiona Staples?
Who doesn't?
Come on.
Who likes that guy who writes the books that she draws a lot of the time?
Can I get Brian K. Vaughan for 100, please?
You actually can get Brian K. Vaughan for 100 because here's Saga #1 for $100.
you walked right into that one. Come on.
That was perfect. That was a perfect segue.
Wow, $100 for Saga.
I saw this announcement today that it probably came out a couple of days ago, but I just saw it today because I don't pay attention to these things. That Brie Larson is returning for the new Avengers film. So here is Avenging Spider-Man #9 for $50. This is where Carol Danvers adopts the name Ms. Marvel.
There you go.
Or Captain Marvel, or whatever the heck her name is. The
yeah,
note says Captain Marvel or Carol Danvers changes name. So who knows?
That Saga is super dope too, man. That looks like a nice copy.
I'll be honest, that Saga could use a press and would probably bump up to 125, 130.
Okay.
It's one of those that a little press would go a long way on that one.
So what you're saying is we could take advantage of Kyle and just like get that for cheap and then make quick $30.
Well, and then
while helping a good cause.
Yeah, but we're also like Kyle, which is also a little bit more fun.
It's fair. If you buy it, I will give you the name of the guy who does my pressings, and if you tell them I sent you, you will probably get my discount. Okay. We're slowing down a little, guys.
All it takes is an iron and an ironing board.
So we're gonna do something that I don't know. I consider a little bit batcrap crazy.
Uh-oh. Does it involve Batman?
No.
Guano.
Well, that's not batcrap crazy, then, is it?
No, but it's batcrap crazy what I'm about to do.
It is haphazard, though.
Well, there we
Does
go.
it involve Deflator Mouse from the Tick?
No, but you're not that far off.
Oh.
This is Usagi Yojimbo #10.
Nice.
Does anybody know what this book does?
It has Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in it.
Yeah,
it's the first time they're in a book together.
Ooh.
Oh.
We are going to pair that very important Usagi Yojimbo story with this very important Usagi Yojimbo story in Abolito #2. This is the second appearance of Usagi Yojimbo.
Kyle, we know someone up in Traverse City that may want to be made aware of this.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I didn't tell them, because I want to buy them.
Same reason we're on the shows. We can't buy anything. We're sitting here like, oh my God, oh my God.
If you want to ping Rob and let him know, Pat is currently otherwise disposed.
Yeah.
Kyle, if you could be any, or you were to say you were any four, one of the four Ninja Turtles, which one would it be?
Bebop.
I want to be Slash.
I am Bebop, if not Rocksteady.
One of my friends told me that I was Raph, and my immediate reaction was to get angry at him for saying that to me. And then I was like,
home team!
I can't do that, can I?
Good
All
catch,
right, Martin. Breaking my heart, but I love you for buying that. Copper Age Go, what up, Kevin?
What up, Kev?
Martin wins.
I was gonna log off and jump on those, like jump out of the stream and like buy them and then come back.
Like, oh, my internet went out. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I just happened to be able to jump in and get those.
All right, I'm gonna show
Danning bought them.
guys. This is $50. This is only a cover. Brian, if you're still here, can you put in the chat exactly the significance of this thing? This is Sensational She-Hulk number 14. Except it's just the cover. The reason this is significant is this was you could only get this as just the cover to get this art. I forget who did the art. I forget all of that. All I know is that to get this version of Howard the Duck on this cover, you could only get the cover. You could not get it with the whole book.
Really?
That's wild.
Is it just the front cover, or is it the whole
It's
wrap
the whole.
around?
It's a whole wraparound. Like you could put it on a book and staple it if you were crazy.
That's really fun.
Kind of wild.
Maloney.
I think that's pretty cool off the novelty alone.
Crazy.
I'm gonna put up right now the biggest book I have. It's a promo cover with art redone by Brian Boland. So it's
I'm thinking how cool that Shield cover would look on. You could put it on the generic comic book, and it would actually have a real cover on it.
There you go. All right. This is the biggest, most expensive book of the night. It is also probably the book, other than the cover off All Winners, is the most expensive or the most destroyed book of the night. This is Brave and the Bold Presents number 28. I'm waiting to see the flash in Jim's face.
Brave and the Bold Presents 28. What?
Somebody
when you
redid
said
the cover.
presents, that's what threw me. Oh, I love it. Somebody's colored in the letters.
This is the first appearance of the Justice League of America.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
500.
First appearance of the JLA. That's crazy.
And while we're doing a first appearance of the Justice League of America, we'll bring back Superman's pal, the new Jimmy Olsen, number 134. It was on earlier. I'm going to bring it back for you. $60 on the first appearance of Darkseid.
Something, dark side.
Darkseid is.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Come on, y'all. You want that one.
What a spread up there right now.
I know,
right?
That Bolland cover, Saga #1, first Justice League of America. Loved, but a nice copy just to own it, just for a run filler, if nothing else, to have the first Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
No, that Justice League in a 1, the lowest price I can see is
like
UK.
a kid colored on it is
Right.
there's a story behind it. It's worth it just for that story.
And Jen, you said the lowest priced one you see online is 2,000.
Jesus.
Oh no, okay,
Graded
here we
at
go.
1.
There's one better at a 1, graded at 1, and then ungraded raw. The lowest is 1,200.
That's so you're saving like 700 just by getting it tonight.
And you're donating to a great cause,
Yeah.
helping rebuilding a great brick and mortar store that does a lot for their community.
Yeah, I know they'd be really happy to get that money.
Yeah. So Brian can eat next week.
Mm-hmm. So
do you know, Kyle, do you know is the cover still attached on that one?
On
JLA.
Which one?
Justice
League. Give me a second and I will check. I don't really want to touch it, but I will. Brian maybe knows better. He's in the chat. We're going to do, this is Amazon's Attack tie-in. This is Catwoman 70, Adam Hughes cover.
That's a dope cover.
Catwoman 74, also Adam Hughes cover. Wonder Woman 150, also Adam Hughes. So that's 3 Adam Hugheses for $80. The Brave and the Bold is incomplete. That's right. The phases are cut out on the splash page, but the cover is attached.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's probably a 0.5 or worse. Mm-hmm.
We used to cut up our comics. I used to cut the covers out of the house ads.
Really?
And put them up on my bedroom wall. Yeah. And the Marvel value stamps, I cut those all out too. We did stuff like that back then, You didn't think about sending your, kids to college, when we were 9 or 8.
Valid.
All right. This book is complete. It's not quite as expensive as the Justice League. And it's going to take somebody who really knows their stuff to fully understand what it is. I might be overselling it, but I don't think I am.
The suspense is killing me.
I feel like I have to start drum rolling again.
There it is.
Science Comics number 8. The Eagle, Dynamo, Cosmic Carson, Persephone Payne, and not listed, but appearing, Dr. Doom.
Wait. What?
Dr. Doom appears. This is also the last issue of Science Comics, published by Fox. $300.
Oh, that's a steal.
That's really good.
And Dr. Doom obviously coming up in the movie. So
Eddie, email it to Kyle at theexplive.com. So you've got Science Comics, last Science Comics, $300. 3 Adam Hugheses for $80. Where are my Adam Hughes homies at? I know some of you are here. We now remember that there's some damage to this book, but it's $500, which is why it's so affordable. And we have First Darkseid down there for $60. Should I replace First Darkseid with a different first appearance?
What else you got?
All right. You got it, Mike.
Ooh, Mike got that special cover She-Hulk. Way to go, Mike.
There you go, Mike.
This is Batman 307. First appearance of Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
AKA first appearance of Lucius Fox.
Lucius Fox, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Huh. I have that. I didn't realize that's the first appearance.
Probably bad.
And I guess then also by extension, first appearance of Tim Fox.
That wasn't listed on Overstreet.
Wow.
Look,
it's a big stretch, Kyle. It's a huge stretch.
Look, I'm having one of those days where I wrote reprint Loot Crate on the back of a book and didn't bother to look at the front and then claimed it was a different book than it was. My brain is not fully braining right now.
And I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
That Science Comics number 8.
Mm-hmm.
A 2.0 slabbed. $1,600.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a deal. Pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Believe me when I say this.
Gold.
If this doesn't sell tonight, I'm calling Lauren Becker in the morning,
Yes,
and
you
it'll be
are.
gone.
Oh yeah.
Get that
I've got
thing
a buyer for all this Golden Age stuff if you guys don't take it. Trust me when I say that.
Get that graded, triple your money back.
And again, you're donating to a great cause as well.
Right.
All right. Who knows what Batman 489 is?
Batman 489.
That is part of Nightfall.
It is.
And that is the is that the first Azrael?
It is the first time Batman laughs in French. First Azrael in costume.
Yes.
For Jean-Luc Fallet. It did not bronze. It is I would call it a high grade. It could benefit from a press, and it would probably bump it up.
Yep, in the second vein. Yep.
I'm guessing that in the condition it's in now, it's a 9, but you'd probably press it to a 9.8 pretty easily.
And those white covers are tough too. So if you can get
There's no marks on the
Saga
cover.
one,
There's
it's a
literally
9.
just a little bit of someone grabbed it by the spine one time. Like,
yeah, that's a great get on that saga.
Mm-hmm.
And for a great cause.
All right. Lauren's gonna log out tomorrow.
I cannot believe it. I didn't get a virtual high five, Jim, that I knew that DC trivia. Thank you.
Slow high five.
Respect.
Playing.
Thank you. I was
This
trying
is
to
from No
impress
Man's
you.
Land. This is Batman 567.
First Cassandra Cain.
Bingo bango.
Who has
First
a very nice
Cassandra
book going on right now.
Hmm?
Because Batgirl's running right now as a book, so you can have her first appearance.
And should we do a non-Batman first appearance?
Yeah.
Feeling very DC-ish up there right now.
Yeah, it's very Batman heavy. Right now.
Overwhelmingly national.
I feel like it should be raining and that my voice should be real gravelly all of a sudden.
Well, I would tell you to take out your butt cheek skirt for this one, but then you might, and nobody needs that. New Mutants Annual number 2. First appearance of the greatest butt cheeks in comics. First Psylocke.
Psylocke.
No.
What the
Am I wrong?
Well, by Olivia Munn.
Yeah. Olivia Munn rocked that.
Yeah,
role.
she did.
She was incredible.
Well, I miss really badly G4.
The Science Comics all attached.
Oh, Brown Guy needs to know if all the Science Comics all the pages are still.
Let me.
In it.
They are. It looks like you have maybe a popped through top staple, but I can't really tell. It's kind of sunk in. Bottom staple is still there. It is complete. But I cannot, without opening it and handling it, and I don't have any white gloves, I can't tell you what the deal is with the top staple.
Maybe Brian knows.
Yeah, maybe Brian knows.
But it's all put together.
Yes, it is all together. All right.
It's clearly higher than a 2.
Still a really good deal.
Yeah. It's clearly higher than a 2.0, which is going for that crazy money.
And I don't know that Fox stuff, you don't really see it a lot, compared to other stuff. Split on the top of the spine. Okay.
There you go.
Rusty staple.
I have not.
That was my band name in college, Rusty Staples.
I knew you were going to say that.
You must have been there.
Mine was Haphazard.
Haphazard.
See, Rusty Staples was my Staples Singers ska cover band.
Well, and actually fronted by Haphazard.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. Good times.
Angry Goat. I missed Blair. Blair is my favorite.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
If any of you decide you want these, just call for them and I'll bring them back. But I want to keep moving because we're running short on time and I've got a handful of books left. And I want to give some props to people.
Steve.
They might even be related to Dennis Staples.
That is a very inside reference.
Oh, yeah.
It is a very Toledo reference.
I was going to say it's a very Toledo reference. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hyde Street #1, one per store. Thank you variant from Ghost Machine. This is the foil trade dress
cover. Yeah, Blackest
Night homage cover. When I reached out to our friends at Ghost Machine to find out about this book, they had not heard what happened to Monarch. And I was immediately put into a group chat with a certain person who spells their first name with a G and an O and somehow thinks he's named after a shark from Marvel.
Jeff?
Yeah. I was put into a chat with Jeff Johns. And they are sending a goodie bag or a goodie box to our friends at Monarch.
Good for them.
With some signed stuff to help them kind of get things back on track here, Mr. No.
Yep. Jeff's a Detroit boy.
He is, and he is a real good dude who we keep trying to work out a time for him to come here and do some stuff with us, and scheduling is hard.
Yep. It's very hard.
Oh, Round is claiming Science, and Kevin's Bronze Age is claiming Saga. That was a good get out of that Saga. I was thinking.
Congratulations, both of you. Good,
yeah, get in that
calls there.
All right, Round Guy gets Science.
Nice.
That's awesome stuff, guys, and it's going to a very great cause. So, like I said, I really meant that what I said earlier. I hope when you look at these books, for as long as you have them, you remember that how much good you're putting forward for a great store that does so much for the community.
Yeah,
helping out a lot, and we really
we have a clear board.
Purchase.
Let's fill it with stuff, shall we? This is an Elseworld story written by John Byrne with Patricia Mulvihill, cover by John Byrne.
Oh, yeah.
Batman, Captain America.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, dang.
Yeah. That's the one where the Joker says, I may be a villain, but I'm an American villain.
Right?
Just seeing that broke my mind for a second, because I was like, wait a minute, what? I almost forgot that even happened.
That is $20.
That's a steal.
Such a good book. Oh.
All right, it's Christmas time. Where I live, where most of us live, except for Jen, it is freezing too cold out. The only person who would love it is the guy on the cover of this book. This is Batman Adventures #1. Holiday Special #1. Paul Dini, Bruce Timm. It's a Christmas story and a Harley Quinn story.
Don't short sell one of the best Batman animated series villains of all time on that cover in Mr. Freeze.
Oh, no. I'm not. Angry Goat claims
Make a grown man cry. Just bring a part of ice.
Angry Goat, that's Batcap crazy.
So we're talking about Saga. Saga is a great.
All right, here's another $20 book. I didn't put it in the earlier Adam Hughes bundle because I wanted to offer it separately because it is my favorite Adam Hughes cover of all time. Like, I know that that's saying a lot, but the work he did in negative space on this cover is ridiculous. This is Wonder Woman 157.
Ooh,
And the whole reason I love this cover is right there.
That's really dope.
$20. Luckily, that's one that I have in my collection. So I don't feel too terrible letting it go to someone else and not buying it for myself. I did not know about this book. Amazing Heroes number 35. I had to go to school on this book this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. We were all talking about that the week before the troubles, and what the hell? Why, it's just the inferior 5 on the cover. Well, so what is it? What's the deal with that book?
This is the second look. This is they use a word for it that I can't think of. But basically, second appearance, second look at the black Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
There's a preliminary sketch in here.
Yeah.
That is second.
It's worth it just for the inferior 5 cover, I think.
$40 on the Harley Christmas set. All right. I am going to take a pause on the Monarch collection for just a minute. And I'm going to offer this. This is going to be $150. This was something that I commissioned for a friend of mine who has since passed away, and I never got to give it to him. Who came to work for me, but was a longtime customer of Monarch. So it felt like an appropriate thing to do with this book rather than keeping it for myself. It's $150. This is Batman 100. CCA by Gavin Smith of Nightwing.
That's pretty.
And Gavin is blowing up right now on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Man, we need to put that on my new channel, Only Bat Fans.
And Kyle, what's your email again?
Kyle at theexplive.com.
And how much is that holiday Batman?
$40.
$40? I bet. Thank you. Someone was that.
So we're $50 here, $40 there, $20 down on the end with Wonder Woman.
You might want to see if Dan DiDio wants that Nightwing cover.
I'm not real worried about that one in terms of getting it sold. I have some people, I'm sure, who will buy it for the donation. Okay. Dan is on the list.
Oh, Hope's asking about those Swamp Things.
Okay.
God, those are good books. Good call, Hope. Good call.
Kyle's going to cry now.
Sneaking in with 6 minutes left, I was like, oh, I might get those Swamp Things.
Oh,
for a good cause.
I know, they're in my box. So Swamp Things for $50. I have Swamp Things for $20. What am I forgetting? Hope, hold on a second. I may be able to sweeten this deal and get you to $50. Give me just a second. I am going to pull these down. If somebody wants the Harley, let me know. But I am going to do this. This is a pair. Regularly, I have 60 and 50 on them. We'll do them for $100 tonight. This is TMNT 100. This is the Dynamic Forces exclusive cover. Signed by Dave Wachter. You can't really see it, but it's signed by Dave Wachter right there. This is out of my Eastman inventory. And TMNT 84. Signed by Kevin. $100 for the pair.
Can I add a special bonus to that?
Sure.
I have, if someone buys those Eastmans, this is super rare, a Haunted Highons Eastman colored variant
Ooh.
And this was really cool because when Twisted did this, this is, again, the Eastman cover. And what they did was to honor Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they did a black, I don't know if you can see it or not, a black and white reprint of the art and then colored the Eastman cover. I will throw this in for free so someone can get a super rare Eastman variant with those other Eastman books.
Very cool.
That is a
All right.
good comic.
Pot sweetened.
I bought this from Monarch not 6 months ago.
And good catch on those Swamp Things, Hope. That's awesome.
Uncanny X-Men 139.
Kitty
Kitty Pryde joins the X-Men.
Ooh.
Before Professor Xavier was a jerk.
$75 on that guy.
Wait, was this before or after he died? Whatever time.
But did she survive the experience?
So, Hope, I have these two Swamp Things that are $20 for the pair. I'm going to sweeten the deal. So, to get you to $50, let me see what other swampy things I have.
TJ.
Looking through the swamp for the things. BRB.
I have a whole box here of books that over the years came to me that I know started at Monarch. That customers bought from Monarch and over the years sold to me.
Mr. Note, all right. I'm putting this Eastman variant in, Kyle, for the for Mr. Nope with the Eastmans.
Appreciate it. Oh.
Good looking out, man.
The best I can offer right now, because for whatever reason I can't find it, is something similar to Swamp Thing. So we will do, how about giant-sized Man-Thing?
That works.
That's not a giant size.
Number 8. And we'll do the most startling swamp creature of all. We'll do 8 and 10 on Man-Thing to add to the pile to get you to $50 if you're into that, Hope. If not, we can do $20 on the...
Wow. Swamp Thing and Man-Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Think of all that swampy, manly goodness.
So, fun fact, since Toledo is technically like a swamp, like this used to be all swamp area, wouldn't any Man-Thing here be a Swamp Thing?
Hey, Jay.
It's hard to argue with logic.
We're going to run long. If you want to go start Henri.
Okay.
I guess
I'll
that
just
makes
run
us
in this
all
show.
Swamp Thing, Man-Thing.
And you can go start Henri show if you want.
Okay.
Hope said she appreciates a good giant-sized Man-Thing. Well, there you have it.
Nice. Thank you.
Giant-sized man Swamp Thing. Oh,
there you go.
We're going to get canceled if we keep this up. So this is for charity. This is for the children.
Yeah.
Think of the children.
The children's name are Brian, and they're in the chat.
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah, the children can go read comic books now.
All right.
Ed's pretty childlike, too.
I still need to go to school on this one. And if it doesn't sell, I'm buying it. So I can. This is 8-ball number 1.
Oh.
I don't know what this is.
Things long lost.
Daniel Close.
Yeah, Daniel Close, man. Yeah.
Daniel Close, but I don't know anything about this book other than that it's an anthology of Daniel Close stories.
Dude.
I need to go to school, and I'm happy to pay the price to go to school on it. But if somebody else wants it, we will do it for $60.
Good gravy.
This is a book with the most confusing title ever. And that includes titles that Tinian comes up with.
I'm already interested.
That are 2.5 pages long.
Is that a first print, 8-ball number 1? Jeremy's asking?
That is a first print.
Yeah.
Jeremy sure knows what it is.
Jiminy Christmas.
I guarantee it. This is
Death Ray.
Technically Green Lantern number 201, but it says Green Lantern Corps on the cover, even though the title doesn't change to Green Lantern Corps until 202. Yeah.
Oh,
I
interesting.
have no idea. The indicia is super confusing, and it's a whole pain in the neck. But this is also the first appearance of Kilowog.
Nice.
Oh.
Jeremy, are you getting that 8-ball first print?
Jeremy is one of those guys that when I talk to comics, I feel like when I talk to Jim, like, I know a lot about comics. I know nothing. Like, sometimes you need to feel dumb. And I appreciate it when it's coming from these guys who are telling me about things that I don't, know.
Life is a classroom, Kyle.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you need to feel dumb and be taught something. Like, I love it.
I've been learning the entire time I've been on the stream.
Kyle, can I put something up that's really unique?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going to throw up the Spectre 54. Ostrander and Mandrake. This is the first Michael Holt, Mr. Terrific.
What a great run that. That's a Corbin cover, too.
That's a Richard Corbin cover.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. He does appear in that. I don't think he's in costume, though. I don't think that he's... But he's goes around as under the name of Mr. Terrific. Yeah.
All right, Jen, what do you
got? Really, really rare, uncracked Eastman's Ronin Bebop, heavy metal. It's
sold.
Never been touched. $50.
Sold.
Mail. Okay.
Mr. Nope. Once I read it, I'll let you buy it for the same price.
There's some parts in here I saw.
I think got claimed.
Kilowog goes to bronze.
Okay.
All right. How about another book out of my own collection for $100? I'm going to switch back over here and go back to this. Nyx, number 4. Second X-23.
Oh, wow.
That's the full first X-23, too, isn't it? That's like the big...
Yeah. It's one of those, which is the first... This is a Hulk 180, 181 argument.
Right.
Like he shows up in the last panel of one versus like the full issue of the other.
Yeah.
No. I'll make it up to you because I claimed that before you had a chance. I'm going to throw this in your stack. This is a Kevin Eastman Daredevil number 10 variant.
That is a pretty art. I was like that red on that is dude.
There you go. Nope, that one's for you. Okay. Right hand or left hand, guys?
Left.
Batman, Vengeance of Bane, number 1. We had second Bane earlier. This is first Bane. 75.
Another Corbin cover?
That is a
No, that's not Corbin.
Nolan.
Oh.
No, it's Glenn Fabry.
Oh.
Yeah.
So let's have some fun with this. Let's do first and second would be 95. We'll do them both for 90.
Melzak, I can't believe you did this to me, Kyle.
You claiming it, Melzak, or what are you doing? Okay, good.
I got to go to a meeting in just a second.
Yes.
Can I do one more?
Heating up
Yes.
for Apple's involved.
I'm going to have to bounce, too. I'm going to follow Miss Jen out the door.
Yep. All right, last one, guys. We went long. We're going long. We're good.
All right, so this one incredibly hard to find. Again, it's uncracked. It does have a little rub to it from just being in boxes. But this is the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Also heavy metal. Helldiver, Book 1, Bisley and Menheim let's do it for $30. I know it's a lot more. You can look. I've actually listed a different copy. Trying to get my horror people happy.
Yeah, we had some horror
Well,
people.
I'm gonna show
Disney.
I'm gonna show the last 4 books I have right now ready to go. And then because I think one of them is going to be one that Dirk is going to want to jump on. But I'm going to show the last 4 books I have ready to go right now. Some of them have been seen already on this show, but we're going to start here. John Byrne's X-Men, or John Byrne's Next Men, Faith.
Oh, first Hellboy.
Yep, it is.
First Hellboy, 100.5. This is another one out of my collection to go to help my friends. We're going to go Amazing Fantasy 13 comes back for $75.
Ooh, wow.
Amazing Fantasy 10, $100. And last book for $40.
That's the last.
No, it's just the last book in the pile. It was on the bottom of the pile. Batman versus Batman. Batman Beyond #1.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Ms. Jen, you see Angry God took that.
We got you. I wrote it down for you.
All right. Guys, I didn't even get to the signed stuff I was going to offer that Ed helped me get signed years ago.
Do another one. Do another one.
Do
another show.
Come back another day.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm going to announce. So last chance on these books here. Coming back on Sunday.
Oh,
and
Beyond.
Batman Beyond goes to Nope. You got it? I thought maybe Dirk would want to jump on the Hellboy.
I'm trying to be polite. I'm not that person that as soon as someone says something, I'm going to jump on it and not let anyone else get it.
So, if you come back on Sunday for the regular Producers Live show, Green Arrow Quiver, quadruple signed by Matt Wagner, Phil Hester, Andre Parks. I have several of those that Ed helped me get them so I could get them signed. What are you claiming, Devontae? So those will come back on Sunday for my live show on Sunday from 6 to 8. And I will be doing, I'll figure it out exactly how I'm going to do it. There'll be certain items that are for Monarch, and there'll be certain items that if you buy them will be like 50% off. So make sure you come back for that. I want to thank everybody who's here. Dirk, Jen. Well, okay. So Dirk, Jen, Rodney, and Jim. Jim, where can people go buy Becky's books?
Oh, just go to Amazon and, put my name in there. Take a look. There's 3 books of mine that are part of a series called Comic Book Culture. And one is a history of The Brave and the Bold. One is a history of Marvel Team Up. And another one is a really cool book that has a friend of the show as part of it, Dan Wickline, called The Old Origin Changeth. If you guys pick up any of those books and then go to the Becky Books Facebook page, it's called the Jim Beard and Becky Books page, and show me that you purchased any one of those 3 books, and I'll give the proceeds to Monarch.
Woo!
But they're real books. they're really cool, books on comic history.
Dirk, where can people follow you? Where can they support you? Thank you for being here and giving stuff to Monarch.
No, it's my pleasure. Monarch, like I said, does so much pay for the community. Very awesome. Thank you for doing this, Kyle. Across social medias at Dirk Manning, look for the picture guy, top hat and scarf. DirkManning.com has my full bibliography, my upcoming convention appearances and things like that. All DirkManning.com or across social media at Dirk Manning.
Miss Jen will be here on Thursday with What's in the Box and his Space Cadets collection in Conroe/Houston area, Texas. Rod, where can people support the Rodrageous one and not get kicked in the face?
Well, follow me on Facebook, Rodrageous Rod Lee, Instagram, Rodrageous1. Twitter is at MC Rod Lee, and I've just started on Twitch that's just Twitch TV/Rodrageous.
There you go. Guys, thank you for being here. Leave this stream immediately. Go over to refresh your YouTube and go over to Kicking It with Henri, who was nice enough to let us run over the beginning of his show for 10 minutes. So we're wrapping up. Everybody head over to to Henri's show, which is happening right now. If you're on Facebook or Twitch, refresh. It might take a minute for those to boot up because we only run one stream at a time over there. So we will see everybody next time. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting Monarch.
Support Monarch Comics.
Thanks, y'all, for coming out.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you.
Left from the sale on social media, so y'all can maybe claim stuff later once you get paid, whatever, and we will work everything else out. Talk to everybody soon. End the stream. I told you to end the stream.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.